Hello and welcome to another edition of RentReady with Stephensons, where we cover the general application, operating procedures, and safe handling of our tools and equipment. Today we are going to be spotlighting our line of SDS Max rotary hammers. Before we start our job, we're going to want to make sure that we've got the correct PPE. Always a good pair of safety glasses or goggles, a good pair of work gloves, some ear protection, either in the form of an earmuff or a good set of earplugs. We want something for dust control, either an N95 mask at minimum or a respirator, especially when dealing with concrete dust, and a good pair of CSA work boots, as well as any other site-specific PPE that may be required. Rotary hammers are used for drilling concrete, brick, and block. They're much stronger than a standard hammer drill, and they're designed to create efficiency and productivity for the user. At Stephensons, we carry two different size rotary hammers. We carry the medium duty and we carry the heavy duty. Both hammers are actually combination hammers and are able to use all of the SDS Max chipping steel as well as the SDS Max rotary hammer steel. The medium duty hammer has the capacity to drill up to 1 5/8 in a solid bit and a 4 1/8 in a core. It's got excellent power to weight ratio, which makes it very easy to hold up for an extended period of time. The 2-inch or heavy duty hammer drills up to a 2-inch solid bit or up to a 6-inch core bit. Again, a lot of power, and in chipping mode gives you an extra boost of power. So let's review the functions on our hammer and do our pre-use inspection. We'll start at the top of the hammer with the chuck. Make sure the chuck moves freely. Make sure that your accessory handle can rotate 360 degrees and that it can lock into place. Next, make sure that your speed selector is free moving up on the side. Then we're going to want to move on to our selector switch on the top of the hammer. When in hammer and rotary mode, you're going to want to make sure the trigger is spring loaded. When you switch to the hammer mode, specifically, you want to make sure that it positively locks into place. Next, we're going to move on to the cord. Make sure that there's no abrasions, frays, or exposed steel. Then on the plug, we're going to want to make sure there's no scorching, burning, and that the ground plug is intact. So now that we've completed our pre-use inspection, let's go ahead and get the hammer ready for use. The first thing we're going to want to do is adjust our auxiliary handle to a comfortable position. For me, this is on the left side of the hammer, being right-handed. Next, I want to take my piece of steel, insert it into the chuck, rotate until you feel it slip into place, and firmly push down. Next, make sure the speed controller is set to the lowest setting. This will help start your drill bit. Once you start to form the hole, you can turn up the speed so it drills a lot quicker. Make sure the hammer is set to the hammer and drill mode, and then you're ready to go. Make sure you're using a good 12 gauge extension cord, and if it does exceed 100 feet, you may want to consider going down to a 10 gauge cord. When you've completed the job, you just reverse the procedure, pull down on the chuck to remove the bit, and then you can loosen your handle and put it back into the storage position. Let's take a look at the SDS Max hammer and drill steel available for the rotary hammers. The SDS Max rotary hammer bits are available in multiple sizes and types. We have a few samples here today. We've got the SDS Max to Plus adapter, which allows you to use any of the SDS Plus drill bits on your Max hammer. Then we have solid drill bits, which range from 3/8 of an inch all the way up to 2 inches. And then finally, we have your SDS Max core bits, which are available from 1 5/8 all the way up to 6 inches. When using the SDS Max core bits, you want to make sure that you're drilling into concrete, brick, or block that does not have any reinforcement in it, or you do risk damaging the carbide teeth. The SDS Max combination hammers have the ability to use any of the line of the SDS Max hammer steel when switched to chipping mode. If you need further information on the usage and applications of this steel, please refer to our video on the SDS Max demolition hammers. Thanks for joining us for another episode of RentReady with Stephensons. You're now ready to rent one of our SDS Max rotary hammers. And remember, before you start any job, please stop, think, and then act.